it's Diana, and I am going to make blackberry jam for my jam roly-poly, which is a blackberry jam roly-poly. So I'm just going to make the jam today, and it's very simple. I have made jam much. I'm using Cooks Illustrated, so I've got my computer. I'm going to measure my berries, weigh them really. I need 10 ounces. So I'm going to do that. Oh, and as I was saying, I make jam a lot. I don't make it as much as I used to because I don't eat it as much as I used to. But it is so much better to me than store-bought. Also, not just because I don't eat it as much, but also because I don't pick as many berries or have as much fresh fruit. Okay, so that's why. It is far superior, in my opinion, to store-bought, but it takes a lot of effort. It's kind of hot work, and then you have to weigh the cost. To me, it's worth it. 10 ounces, that's that. And I started making jam, so it's just 10 ounces of berries, a quarter cup of sugar, and some, zest. Berries in a pot. Berries in a pot. Not too hot. Not yet. Okay, so I have my fire going. I'm getting my zestery thing out for the zest later. This is basically just breaking down the berries and then thickening it up. It will not take long. It says about 10 minutes or 13 minutes. So the first time I ever thought of making jam, I was probably about 13, and one of my aunts, we were at her house, and she served plum jam. It was the best thing I ever tasted. I'm sure I've never had a jam as good. I don't even know what it tasted like anymore because that was ages ago. But right then I decided I would make my own jam because it was so good. My berries are not falling apart as fast as I'd like them to. Hi, it's Diana, and I'm getting ready to cook a roly-poly pudding. To bake a roly-poly pudding. I have all my ingredients. I have my mat set out. I have my equipment, and I'm pretty excited. Now, I already made my jam, and it's sitting there ready, and I just need to make the dough and shape it and roll it. Okay, I have my food processor. This is going to be kind of like a biscuit dough. That's how it reads to me. And making it in the food processor, which is what the recipe says to do, is also easier. So I need to put my flour, baking powder, salt, and a cup of sugar. And all of the butter but 1 tablespoon. That means 15 tablespoons. Here we go. Baking powder. And I need, holy noodles. A tablespoon. That is a lot of baking powder. A tablespoon, okay. And I'm reading it like twice. 1 tablespoon. Baking powder, not soda. Baking powder. Okay. Doing it. Doing the whole tablespoon. I can hear my dog barking. There we go. Check. Check. And then the salt. I hope there's no teaspoon, because if there was a tablespoon of salt, that would be just like scary. Okay, everything is in, except the milk. We haven't gotten there yet. And we need to make it look like cornmeal. Cornmeal. Cornmeal in the food processor. All right, I've made a well, which means a hole, in my mix. This is very much like making biscuits, and I am putting the milk in. I'm supposed to kind of like stir it until it gets together. Until it gets together. I don't know what to do with this butter. Just a piece. I have my mat out so that I can pat it together, and I have a little pile of flour over here. so here's what it looks like. When it says come together, really what happens is things are a big mess until they're not. Okay, I'm getting ready to take my roly-poly pudding square out to make a roly-poly pudding rectangle to spread the jam and make a roly-poly pudding. And in the meantime, I'm looking for my jawline where I used to have one. It's gone. Okay, I'm going to get my dough. Wait, this is not about my jawline. I gotta put you down. Hold on. It wasn't lost. It wasn't lost. I knew exactly where it was. It's not cling film that does not have a brand name. I must extricate my little square of doughy goodness from it and kerplunk. Okay, it's there, and I am supposed to roll out, and I have 3 rolling pins, but I took out this one. I haven't used this one in a while. This is the rolling pin. Okay, that I got from my mother. This was my mother's rolling pin. My mother's not dead. She's still alive. She does not bake anymore. She didn't really, but she wasn't like a baker. Okay, I gotta get more flour. We would have the occasional cake made from a box or cookies from, I'm not liking this. I never do. Okay, I don't usually film at this time of day, and it's very yellow. Cookies from a tube. I'm throwing flour all over me. But I don't think she enjoyed it. And I was in a very foul mood a second ago, and I went outside so the dough had to, the butter had to solidify again in the refrigerator. It was supposed to be the freezer for 20 minutes, but I went outside, so I put it in the refrigerator because it was going to be longer. And I watered plants, and I talked to the grackles, and I talked to my citrus plants, and that made me feel better. And now I'm just back making dough, which usually makes me feel pretty good. This is now, it went from a 6-inch square. It is supposed to be 10 by 12. 10 by 12. All right, this is 10 by 12. Ooh! That was me almost falling. Okay, there it is. There it is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me count again. 1, because maybe an extra inch will get in there in between the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost. You know what? I'm not going to say if it's good enough. I'm going to say that's good. All right, next thing is to put the jam in. I did not sieve the seeds out, so it's blackberry jam, so it will have big old seeds. Can you see? Oh! I have a bottle of jam over there that I'm going to need to have to. How many words do I need to, can I shove in there to say I'm going to have to clean that? Gonna need to have to. It's a good thing I used to teach English. Spread the wealth around, and the wealth looks like some blackberry jam, which is not a bad thing. It's yummy. We used to pick blackberries when I was a kid. In fact, when I see blackberries on the side of the road, I can still spot them by the flower. I mean, I can spot them by the leaf too, but it's easy to spot the flower because they're white and they stand out. Make a roly-poly pudding. It's going to be yummy. I love the way this dough feels. That is the weirdest thing. I don't usually say that, but I am telling you, it's so soft. So soft, little dough. You're so soft. Look at you. You look so good. Except I had blackberries on my hands, and now it looks like, okay, it looks like blackberries. We're going to say that. We're not going to say anything unappetizing. So this needs to come with me now. Okay. Can you see it? The thing is, you can't feel it. And I'm telling you, this roly-poly pudding is very soft. Now it needs to go onto its its thing. Pan. It needs to go into pan. Okay. The roly-poly pudding is in the oven. I am very tired. I have very high hopes for it. None of these things are connected. And I probably won't be tasting it tonight, which is sad because I really like things when they're warm. We will look at it tomorrow. Okay, it's out of the oven. It's still on its mat, so it's not plated all nicely and everything. And it's split. It's not supposed to split. Look at there's the roly-poly part. But it's looking yum. Let me see if this has a roly-poly part. It does kind of have a roly-poly part. Hi, I'm at the table with my roly-poly pudding. And I have a little bit of the ginger ice cream that I made from the Emperor of Ice Cream. So here's my plate. Looking pretty yummy. Can't wait to taste it. It looks like a big old biscuit. American southern biscuit.